dilly-dally with this. Get to Sonic.
Don't dilly-dally, run.
Sonic, big dill cheeseburger.
This is kind of a big deal.
You're a big deal.
So we know the kids are back in school. Perhaps they're already coming home saying, gee, I sure do miss summer. Well, you are in luck because this Saturday they are invited down to be part of the Splash Summer Arts Festival. The fun for summer continues, and it's all thanks to the outreach of Charlie Newton. He has co-founded the festival. He is here this morning along with T-Ran, gospel recording artist, who, as I just found out, credits Charlie Newton with an awful lot of his success. So it's a typical Chattanooga story. Good to see you both.
Pleasure to be here.
Okay.
Man, I'm so thankful to be here.
I'm thankful you're here too. So Charlie, you began the festival in 2019.
Yes, ma'am, that's true.
Then did COVID send it away for a little while?
Yes, COVID hit, and then we had to postpone it for 2 years. And the festival is our major fundraiser for our nonprofit art school.
Okay, so let's talk about the power of arts. And I know that we'll bring T-Ran into the conversation in just a second. But what is it that has made you so passionate about encouraging that in young
because,
people?
you know, 14 years ago, my wife and I, who is also a professional artist, we questioned what would have helped us when we were kids. And we came up with Splash. So there are a lot of kids who have all the talent in the world, but they won't be able to go to, you know, college or get a master's degree.
Right.
But God had placed all of this art ability and talent and education in me. So the Bible says, freely you have received, freely give. So we are giving everything that we have received. And so we've been around for 14 years. We've been a 501c3 nonprofit for a decade now, 12 years actually. And we're so excited about what we're doing. When we just started our in-person classes this past summer, and we had 160 kids.
Wow, 160
kids.
Okay, so I think it's interesting that you just gave that scriptural quote, and we don't do a lot of that on the show, but freely you have been given.
Yes.
So not everyone is given the same gift. And
That's true.
And so sometimes kids, especially in school, if school is not their thing, but some type of art is, cannot see their gift because what they're seeing is what they're not good at. Does that make sense?
That is so true. But the powerful thing about art is that every child needs art in their life.
Right.
Because when you think about it, art is everywhere. We're sitting in a studio that's full of art. Someone drew it up, someone designed it. So what art does is it engages right brain thinking. So there's a little saying I like to use, art makes smart. So by doing art, kids will get smarter in their other subjects.
Right.
Because it's the foundation. Creativity is the foundation. Art uses right brain thinking. And what the right brain does is makes you smarter. You're growing dendrites. Anytime you learn something new, you grow something called dendrites, and it makes you smarter.
I think I just grew some now. So I'm understanding, T-Ran, why you were so quick when you sat in that green chair over there to give Charlie Newton so much credit. You said he's been a part of your life since you were a little kid.
Yes, he has. He's been one of my inspirations, along with my mother and my father, Russell and Terry Gilbert. Gotta give a shout out to my parents. But he has been one of the individuals that ministered to me at a young age and told me that I can do it if I just believe it. And look where I'm at now. I'm making history on Channel 3.
It would be really easy, I think as adults, it can be easy to forget how powerful, encouraging words are to someone who needs them. So for Charlie to have said to you, you can.
I can.
And it was not your mom saying it, it was an objective source.
Yes. It's always great because sometimes you be in positions where people would give you negativity. People do not believe in who you are. But it's those ones like Charlie Newton that get beyond all the negativity that keeps you going to the point where you can go beyond where your mind can do.
Right.
And so I don't travel across the world. The farthest I've been is China, and it's been a blessing where my music has reached that far. And because of Charlie Newton and what the others have done, I am able to do.
You know, I overheard a conversation you had in the studio, and I won't reveal it because I was taught not to do that. But You were talking about your age, so I'm.
Oh, we can talk about, no, we can talk about the age. No, I am 37. I'll be 38 this year.
Okay.
And I am thankful that I can even say that I'm 38 and to be able to be where I'm at. I'm married to my wife, Alexis Gilbert, and my daughter, Amore Gilbert. Shout them out. And I'm thankful for my life. I'm blessed.
Well, I bring up your age because you were talking about the negativity and what that can do. So for this Splash Arts Festival, and I want to talk about what's going to happen on Saturday.
Please.
For today's kids, it's even harder for them sometimes to get away from that negativity because of technology and social media.
And we do know what's happening in Chattanooga right now. Can we be real?
Yeah.
Just found out yesterday that a 16-year-old was murdered in Chattanooga.
Right.
And we like to talk about what's wrong, but we don't talk about what's right. So there are many organizations like ours. We may not be huge organizations, but we are there.
Right.
We're on the front lines every day. You'd be surprised of how many kids have low esteem.
Right.
But when you just spend time and show up for them.
Right.
And we're asking Chattanooga, all ethnic groups, just show up. The festival is free.
So what's going to be at the festival?
Oh, everybody. Everybody, everything. We're going to have all of the arts represented. On stage, we're going to have performances on stage all day. We're going to have poetry.
At Miller Park?
At Miller Park.
Okay.
Poetry. We're going to rhyme and chat. We're going to have singing by Ryan Oyer. We're going to have a songstress, Jasmine Lachey. We're going to have the Chattanooga Boys Choir. We're going to have the Brain Pantherettes, which is a youth dance group.
Oh, fun.
Chattanooga Ballet is going to bring their youth group here. We're going to have youth and adults performing.
Right.
All ethnic groups, all socioeconomic status on stage all day. Plus, we're going to have demonstrations by the Hunter Museum, the Chattanooga the Creative Discovery Museum, Chattanooga Clay and Pottery. We're going to have artists and craftsmen displaying their work, doing demonstrations and activities for the whole family. So I'm so excited about Saturday.
Okay, so you said let's be real here, right? About talking about what we face.
Yes.
I'm raising a teenager still in my house, and so anybody who has a teenager, you know that life is like this, right?
Yes,
which means that
indeed.
your emotions are too. So
Yes.
sometimes negativity can be there. They don't see the world yet.
Right.
So a common refrain in my house is, you see what you want to see.
That's true.
I'm not trying to deny that there are hard things out there in the world, but you come to this event on Saturday,
Yes.
you can see something you can take home with you.
You see how valuable our children are and how much ability and talent they have. We can celebrate the youth. Why not come and celebrate? Bring the little babies out. This is a family-friendly event. T-Ran is going to release his new album.
What? You buried the headline. You're going to release your new album.
Yes.
We got to bring them in. Everybody has
Yes.
to come.
Yes.
This is going to be a wonderful, it's not overbearing, good feelings, food. We will have food and healthy food and food that's not so healthy that I'm probably going to eat. But
So I have a couple of minutes left. I do want to ask you something, T-Ran. If you're releasing this new album, that's not an easy thing to do. Sometimes as an artist, gathering your material and feeling inspired, can sometimes, I'm sure, be more easy to find than at other times. So do you draw from your childhood experiences here in your music today?
Yes, I do, and I draw from every situation that happens in my life. And so when you hear my music, you get my heart, and you get my experience, and you get my view of life.
for sure, and it's powerful.
So
what he's doing is going to make an impact on Chattanooga.
And think about the words you're going to hear in music like T-Ran's compared to some other music that your kids might be listening to. Again, it's that you
but you can't tell the difference, though. I mean, except for the words.
Right.
But the words are different, but the music is slamming. So
but that's a big difference. That's a big
let me
difference.
shout out to some of our sponsors.
I got 30 seconds. You go.
Okay, Tennessee Arts Commission, Arts Bill, Synovus Bank. Let me think of
you're not on Family Feud.
River City.
Okay.
And just so many sponsors I want to give a shout out to.
Well, Charlie, no wonder they line up to sponsor. You are one magnetic force Thank you.
Thank you.
He was a little bit reserved, I got to tell you, before he sat in that
Yes.
green chair, and whew, those lights went on, and so did he. Thank you both.
Thank you.
We love you, Julie. Julie, you are amazing, and thank you for having us. And let's make history. That's all I like to do. Let's make history.
It was a very fun morning. Thank you. So y'all go celebrate the youth, celebrate Charlie's efforts, and all that we are as a community. August 20th, 10 to 3 at Miller Park.
Tongue Torch, Zax Sauce. Tongue Torch and Zax Sauce? With Zaxby's Chicken Finger Plate, the question is not will you sauce those hand-breaded fingers? The question is, can you